Thanks for staying tuned. I'm Colin Abrams with the HGP Sportscast. The Ghana Jaguars bowlers have dismantled the Trinidad batting lineup in the first day of the final round of the PCL Digital Regional 40 tournament at the Ghana National Stadium, Providence. Stanford Howard was at Providence.
In the final round of the Digital Regional 4-Day PCL tournament, the Ghana Jaguars once again mauled their opponents. TNT Red Force won the toss and elected to bat. Raymond Reefer picked up 3 top-order batsmen in the 6th over, that of Amari Gangoon, caught by Chanjapal, Tion Webster bowled for Duck, and Jason Mohammed caught by Parmal for Duck, leaving the Red Force at 3 for 15. Skipper Dinesh Ramdin's 50 was not enough as wickets kept falling at the other end, resulting in the entire team being bundled all out for 135 in 45 overs, with Raymond Reefer making another 5-wicket haul. The Jaguars started solidly just after lunch, with a first-wicket partnership of 109 runs between Tanjorang Chanjapal and Chanjapal Hemraj. The partnership was broken in the closing minutes of play by Brian Charles. The Jaguars at stump on day 1 were 116 for 1. Reporting from the Ghana National Stadium, Providence, I am Stanford Howard.
Thank you, Stanford. It has emerged that some squad members of the Vijay Mallya-owned Barbados Tridents are still awaiting full payment of their wages following the 2017 Caribbean Premier League. According to CricBiz, a number of Tridents players and management have not received outstanding amounts due to them ranging from $10,000 to more than $100,000. Since the tournament ended last September, it was expected that all amounts would be settled before the end of last year. But a number of players are still awaiting to be fully paid by the franchise, despite them threatening to pursue legal action. The CPL has produced strong broadcasting figures released last week showing a 25% upturn in broadcast and digital viewership, while the competition has increasingly attracted some of the best limited overs players in the world. Several anti-doping agencies say the rights of clean athletes at next month's Winter Olympics have been undermined by the failure to confirm the criteria for neutral Russian competitors. Russians were banned from Pyeongchang 2018 Winter Olympics by the International Olympic Committee in December, but athletes who can prove they are clean would be allowed to compete under a neutral flag at the Games. The IOC is yet to publish conditions for a neutral athlete, with the Games in South Korea 3 weeks away. A letter signed by UK anti-doping and 19 other national anti-doping bodies said the failure to announce these criteria and reach a decision more promptly is a missed opportunity that has undermined the rights of clean athletes. In order to compete, an athlete must not have been disqualified or have been declared ineligible for any violation of anti-doping rules. The Russian ban followed an investigation into allegations of state-sponsored doping at the 2014 Games hosted by Russia in Sochi. The letter calls for the names and individual testing histories of Russian athletes who have met robust and demanding criteria to be published, and for the IOC to publicly call for protection for whistleblowers. The Golden State Warriors defeated Chicago Bulls on Wednesday night in what could be described as a very tough game, which saw Bulls guard Chris Dunn take a nasty spill where he chipped and dislocated 2 front teeth. The Bulls Wednesday in this season's premier home showcase game showed they were a good team, a season highest scoring first quarter and nearly so by halftime. Nikola Mirotic superb with 24 points off the bench and 3 steals. Chris Dunn and Robin Lopez with 16 each. 6 players scoring in double figures and David Edwaba with a biting defense. But the Golden State Warriors, with an absorbing 119-112 victory, showed the Bulls they weren't quite good enough. The first quarter was quite the spectacle as both teams put up very impressive scores. The Chicago Bulls ended the quarter with 40 points and Golden State Warriors 38. In the second quarter, the Heat slowed down a bit as the teams may have burned too much energy in the first quarter. The Bulls ended with 26 points, 1 ahead of Warriors. At halftime, the points were Bulls 66 and Warriors 63. When the game started the third quarter, the Warriors came back with astonishing power and an impeccable defense, backing the Bulls into a corner, putting up 32 points, and Bulls a meager 12 points. The game went into the final quarter, and this was when the play began to pick up steam again. The Bulls ended with a 10-point lead over the Warriors, but this was not enough to give them the victory. Chicago Bulls guard Chris Dunn chipped and dislocated 2 front teeth when he fell with 2 minutes and 52 seconds left in the fourth quarter in the game. And that has brought us to the end of this edition of the HGP Sportscast. Before we go, remember, adversity causes some men to break and others to break records. Goodbye.